Let's see. Oh wait, I think I see what the thing is. Hold on. I need to. Yo, what up? Sorry, we're just testing some stuff out real quick. Here we go. Show on stream. There we go. All right. So now we should see
You're like
you.
really quiet.
I'm really quiet.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's just. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me talk again real quick.
Are you able to see me now?
Huh. I am a little bit low. Actually, Mo, can you do me a favor and help us kind of test this real quick and just give us like feedback? Um, I'm trying to figure out how to turn my mic up. Hey, it's Ian. Hey, hello. Um,
Hey, welcome.
I'm trying to figure out. Do I sound really low to you guys? I did. I think I do. I think I am a little bit low. Hey, Toga Eater, our number one friend. No, it's good on your guys' end. Okay, then maybe it's
Okay, I
just.
don't know why it's like really quiet for me, but I'll just turn my volume all the way up.
Let me see. Yeah, we were doing StreamYard before, and then now we're testing out Streamlabs um, to get a little more fun things kind of going here because there's a lot more interactivity with Streamlabs. So we're just testing it out. But yeah, I don't know. I guess then we're good. I mean, you can hear me. I can hear you. Um, yeah. So, I mean, I guess we already kind of started, actually, technically,
Yeah.
because it's 8 o'clock.
Now I'm like trying to figure out my audio. I'm like, why is this so quiet?
I don't know. Hey, look at
Is
that!
it
The
just
alerts
me?
work. Ah, it's the moon. So we chose the moon. Well, so we're messing around with like themes and stuff too, and one of the themes that kind of had like a this cool like kind of moon thing, and obviously mine's reality switch coaching, and then Kayla's is the lunar radiance. So I was like, oh, that actually kind of works out. Did it have you when you joined to put in like your name and stuff?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know why then that's not showing up either, and it just says
This is
guest
so weird
name.
because I feel like I can't see anything. And it's like, because if we get notifications, I like can't see it on my side. It's like not showing the theme.
Oh, like you can't
I
see
can
the
see the
stream at
chat,
all?
which is dope. So
Like you can't see the stream at all?
I can see you, I can see me, I can see the chat, and that's it.
Oh, but you don't see the follow. Yeah, see, yeah, I don't know. It's a little bit. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know if StreamYard allows the ability to. Oh, Kayla, they say you're a little quiet.
I'm quiet. That's so weird.
Yeah, we could just interlink it with OBS. Yeah, we'll have to mess with it, and maybe I'm thinking we'll have to talk and see like if we want to, because this week I'll be gone for like almost the whole week, but guest collab cam. Let me see. Maybe I can turn you up too. Well, you're already at 100% on my end. Huh. Yeah, maybe I'll. What happened?
Crazy can't hear you at all. I can hear you, but it's like
Everyone else can hear me,
I
gosh.
know, and like I'm quiet, but like you sound like you're like a mile away. Can hear
maybe it's
crazy.
maybe it's whatever audio is coming through. You know what's also funny is that the always show messages. Okay. Okay, then maybe I was like also we have a chat box that's supposed to be going on in between us. Um so that should also be going. Yo. Oh
I
no,
don't
join
have
Twitch
it.
today. I don't want to do that. Yeah. I think oh yeah, so it is going. True. Oh my gosh, it's ritual. That's so weird. I don't know why this is. Hold on. You know what? Let me Google. Google. Let me see. How can I turn up my guess um audio in Streamlabs collab cam? You can adjust the volume slider for the collab cam source and the audio mixer. Oh, but see, you already had 100% for the mixer.
Yeah, and like my other audio and things is fine, so I don't know what the I don't know. It's weird. It's like the guest portal is like weird.
Collab cam
Or
source
why
that makes
is
sense.
he here on this other? And why is the chat in the middle of us like different than the chat on the stream? Is that one YouTube and one is Twitch?
Oh yeah, it is. Oh, that's crazy. Yes,
Why
it
is
is
that
different.
weird?
No, I think her distance from the mic is you're like pretty much like right on it, right?
I'm on the mic. I don't know if like I really need to be on there, but
It
I can do that for the stream. Is that better? Does it sound different for you, John? Or
I mean, you sound loud to me.
oh,
Like I hear you really 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 well. Um
it's
it's worse. Oh no. Gosh. You know, it's fine. You know what? We're life coaches. We're going to figure out how to communicate really well. And then we're eventually going to jump into our actual thing for today.
okay.
um,
Well, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna exit out and then come back and see what happens.
okay, good luck.
Thanks.
I believe in you. Oh, she's gone. All right, well, now that she's gone, um, we're gonna just here I am. No, let's see, like that's terrible. Um, look, these are kind of nice. I actually like these little transitions. Oh, this is. Let's see, yeah. Look, here I am. Um, ending soon. Collab cam 2 layout. I think I have to unhide her though. I have to like add her in, or when she joins again. Yeah, I think maybe OBS. The interesting thing is because we're both on here doing this. That's the part that makes it tricky because I don't know if you can do that in OBS. Can you? Or I don't know if you've ever had to like check it out. Because I was like, oh man, like all the cool stuff in Streamlabs is like, oh, if you're like just streaming, like just you, and that's it, and it's like, oh, okay, cool, great. Um, but I don't know. Oh man. All right, let's see if she came back. Radiance reality get show on stream? No. Hmm. have done the shared chat thing on Twitch's stream together. See, and like, yeah, but then that would suck because then we would still be like two separate people streaming, which I mean wouldn't be bad, but I think ultimately we wanted to like have this like together. So I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, if we don't figure this out, we'll probably have to go back to doing StreamYard, which isn't terrible. It's just like at least I wasn't able to find the ability to do whatchamacallits, like polls or like all the fun interactive things you can do in OBS and Streamlabs. So there we go. Hey, you're back.
Oh, cool. You can see me now?
I can see. Yeah, because I have to like show you on stream. Um, hey, chat. How do you hear her now?
Can you hear me?
Used Riverside, which worked well, but not sure if it's the same.
I'm just guessed.
Yes, she's just guest name. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Yes. Go ahead. You talk. Still low. Are you able to like change the gain on your side?
On my computer. So I don't know what the issue is.
Like she's coming through my speaker. Oh, so like maybe your audio, it's not even coming through. Like your mic might not even be coming through, and it's only coming through because my mic is picking it up. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's yeah, so I do. She's at 100% on mine. Like the guest collab cam, it's at 100%. Let's see. So like I just muted her. But then I unmute her.
Streamlabs and it sounded perfectly fine. So I don't know what the issue is. This is so weird.
Yes, name her and she'll have a voice. All right, we'll do that. Let me do that. I'll name her and then she will have a voice.
I am just her.
Let me I'm going to copy this and then I'm going to paste it in here. Paste duplicate. No, that's not where I wanted it, but it's fine. All right. Here we go. Maybe hold on. Okay, now go. Talk.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Is that can you guys hear her now? Go ahead, talk again. I mean, it
Hello, hello.
okay. So
That did it.
it's because
Cool.
I muted my desktop audio,
Mm.
and you're coming through my desktop audio. I think that's what
Oh,
it
I
was.
see.
Oh, there's an echo because I
You
have
have it at like 100.
Go ahead. Talk now. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, it's because my mic is picking you up, but I can just change the gain on my mic and then.
I'm glad. Thanks for taking accountability.
Is this good?
Just kidding.
Yes, it is my fault. Yes, that was my bad.
I don't know why you're still like really quiet for me, but whatever.
Yes, true. I could also put in headphones, but then you want to. I don't know. Would that look good though? Would that be a good look to do headphones?
I don't know. I mean, I think I have a pair of like wired headphones somewhere.
Like right now, but okay. But are you guys still getting an echo now?
Yeah, does it sound okay?
Oh jeez, that was really loud. Okay. Go ahead, talk again.
Okay. Both sound great now. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Well, also remember the chat has a little bit of delay.
Delay.
Yeah. So they have like a slight. All right, here. How about? All right, how about now?
Well, this is also like because I have Twitch going here too, and it's like slightly delayed.
Yeah, I think it's like a 2 or 3 minute delay, between us and the chat.
You were so quiet for me. Like I actually feel crazy. I like, don't know what to do about it.
Oh yeah. Well, okay. Hold on. All right. Better? Is this good?
No, I don't know why.
I thank you all for your support and helping us
Yeah,
figure
thank you
this
guys
out.
for bearing with us as
I
we're
100% appreciate this as we figure this out, so that way we can better communicate with everybody. Oh man, tell your mama say hi. I need to come by one day. I'm just gonna show up. I'm just gonna show up one day. Um, is this better though? Is this audio better? And if I absolutely have to, I will wear headphones.
I'm like, can you just call me so that way I can hear you? Because I really can't hear you.
Slightly louder than me. I mean, that's okay as long as you can hear both of us. I think that's like the main thing, and that there's like not really any echo. Yeah,
I agree.
I don't know if there's a way to test on here because everything I was like reading was like, oh, you just have to go live and then just like see, um,
Which is like kind of
which
messed
is
up, honestly.
it's kind of, but then you get to have like fun interactions like this where
Yeah,
it's
that's
like,
true.
hey, come hang out and let the chat help us figure out. Like I've literally done that before. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, we go live on a day that we don't say we're going live, so that way nobody will really be like looking out for us unless they have the notifications bell clicked. Which also if you are here and you don't have that already, you should make sure you do that.
You need to get on
Um,
that
in
ASAP.
case we go rogue. Yeah.
Right.
Well, anyways, let's jump into our
Wait, Juhan,
thing.
can you actually like call me on the phone though? Because I really like can't hear you.
Okay,
It's
I'll
like
call you.
I can hear you, but I feel like I'm
Disconnected.
deaf or something, and I
Oh, okay.
cannot.
Maybe we both need to wear headphones.
Maybe, but I'm gonna put it. Okay.
All right. Can you? I'll
Oh my
put it
god,
on speakerphone too.
so much better. I'm just putting it through headphone. That way.
Maybe I'll put it on through my headphone too. I don't know. Can you guys hear
Or you
her?
you can
Her
turn my
calling me?
phone all the way down or
Yeah. Can
okay,
you
that
hear me?
is so much better. I cannot tell you were saying really. Just like loosely.
It's so funny because I've turned you all the way down on here, but I still hear you. Spill the digits. No
Will
digits.
we win? Will we win?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna just need to put on headphones. Honestly, I think
Okay.
that's just the inevitability. I think of all of this.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone gets to look at my really cool headphones, and we're just gonna. It
All
helps with the
right,
hair.
gamer.
It
All
does
right,
help with the hair
gamer.
too. Let me change my audio so it's coming through my. Here we go. Can you talk real quick?
Hey, hey, hey.
No, yeah, it's still coming through there for whatever reason. I think I need to change my audio here. Output? No, audio. Desktop audio device. Okay, talk again.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Why does it do this?
Now there's no audio, it says. Thanks, chat. We seriously couldn't do this without you.
Okay, there's that. Oh, it's so weird. You know what? Maybe it's because I need to close my thing.
Silent, it says.
Yeah. Well, they're hearing us like a little bit afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe now it would. Oh wait,
Oh, now I can hear you through my speakers.
hold on. Actually, this is
Now I'm silent.
actually
Telling secrets.
they telling secrets.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna cover my mouth now so they can't hear.
No, anyways. Okay, let me fix this. Let me fix it. Let me fix it.
Okay.
Um, or did it fix?
Shut up. Of course, when we like started being mean.
Is this fixed?
I'm quiet.
Oh wait. Okay, maybe because I had to change it to speakers. Okay. Is this? Can you guys hear us now?
You know, it's where's the black sidebars
Oh,
on
yeah, it's my camera because of the camera. That's what it is.
it.
And I can't even hear anything through my headphones. But now I'm just gonna wear them just cause.
You're like, I like the vibe. It's giving radio. Love
Yeah.
it.
Wait, but now you can hear me through your speakers.
Hang on, can you talk again?
Can you can hear me through your speakers now?
Yeah, I can hear it. Well, I can't hear you well for me, but you've never
Oh,
sounded great. So,
okay.
via my speakers, you always
Oh
sound
my gosh,
great.
I also need to catch up on my ASL as well. Oh my gosh, this is crazy.
Seriously.
All right, let's just move on, and we're gonna get
We're
through
going to do
this.
our best.
We're gonna heckin' get through this, and if y'all
Uh-huh.
can't hear us, just like yell in the chat.
Please.
Wait, no, she is on. Wait, like you're good. Is that what she's saying?
I don't know.
I'm gonna remove guest name, and now I'm going
Cool.
to do.
Do you want to give me a name? I don't know if you can do that, but
I will. 1 second. Here, now you're also Ju Hong Ling, reality switch coaching.
aw. So cool. What an honor, honestly. What an
You
honor.
should only be so lucky to be me.
I look just like you too.
This is
It's great.
terrible. Hold on. Give her a name and she shall have a voice. Oh my gosh. I was like, wait, your name is Kayla, and then I was like, Win? No. Kayla Winters. Yes. Okay. The Lunar Radiance.
You got it. You got it.
Hey, look at that. All right, now she's on. Good. Okay. Can you all?
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can you just everyone put a 1 in the chat if you can clearly understand both of us?
Yeah, that would be
Just
so helpful to
just a
know.
quick. Actually, you know what? Maybe.
Hey,
Oh no.
hey,
How do
hey.
we do the polls? That's why I need to. I need to figure that out. How do we do polls?
I wish I could help you.
Okay. You know what? So Kayla, thank you, for Ian and Mo for putting the ones in the chat. I think
Yeah,
everyone
thank
else
you.
can't understand a word we're saying. But
One
yeah, true.
ish.
Your hair is
Sweet.
definitely yeah. So you can't see Rich's comments, I think, in the chat, um, but he's saying
Dang.
like yeah that now you're on, and then also oh no, it is there.
No,
Never
I
mind, it is.
do. I see it because I'm like on Twitch too. So I do see the YouTube. If I'm just
Okay.
like looking, it's because I'm looking.
What is this one ish? Dang it. We'll get there. Anyways, yes, and also your hair is better than mine. While you introduce our topic,
Yeah.
I'm going to figure out how to do a poll. I'm going to
Sweet.
learn a little
Awesome.
bit.
Well, welcome, you guys. We're so grateful to have you guys here. A lot of you guys know Ju Hong. He is the proud owner of Reality Switch Coaching, where he's a life coach. And my name is Kayla Winters. I'm the proud owner of the Lunar Radiance Wellness Center, where I'm also a life coach. And we are bringing our forces together, hence Radiance and Reality Coaching. And today we are going to be tackling the topic. We decided to put some clickbait into this one today, talking about JD Vance's marriage controversy that came up. He had made a comment about wanting his wife to be a Christian, and she was raised Hindu. And so it created all this controversy and got some public backlash when it comes to having an interfaith relationship. And so, sorry, getting another call, and I wanted to make sure it wasn't too long. And so, all of that to say, we really wanted to talk about what it's like navigating love, beliefs, and boundaries when you have differences within your relationship and being able to conquer that. And I think that this topic can be talked about in a relationship with like a marriage, or also with relationships, even in like the workplace, friendships, within family. How do you navigate when there's differences within your relationships. So I'm really excited to dive into this topic today with you guys and also with Ju Hong, just to get our different perspectives on that. Does anyone have any thoughts so far on navigating these differences in relationships? Do you guys believe opposites attract? Do you think that if there's these big differences within a relationship, it's just bound to fail? Where do you guys stand? And Jihong, you're welcome to share too.
One second.
He's like, guys, I'm just trying to get this poll going.
Yes, I'm just trying. I'm just a poll. I'm just trying to get a poll.
Oh, I see that we got someone that said that's hard. Absolutely. I agree. Compatibility is absolutely important. Thank you guys for your tapping in and giving some feedback. Chemistry is also important.
What kind of chemistry? Is there a chemistry that's more important? That's what I'm curious.
Coming in with the hot take.
Oh.
Hot take of many. I think we're gonna have a couple hot takes.
Moderators.
Yeah.
I swear, by the end of this stream, I will have figured this out.
I believe in you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see. I see a comment that said,
I mean,
age difference makes a difference. Mine was a 19-year age gap.
I have like a
mutual level of
almost 10-year age gap.
Okay.
I think it can, for sure, 100%. But I think I don't
You
know,
think it can work or not work? I'm hoping you're gonna say work since you're in that position.
Well, my wife is sleeping right here. So I think it can work. Yes, it definitely can work. But I think that generation gap can be a little bit hard because the different beliefs in each generation.
Yeah.
But thankfully, okay, I'm gonna say this. Please don't crucify me or anything. So one thing that was kind of helpful though is that because she grew up in Romania and we were like way ahead, as far as like pop culture and things like that. So I think it kind of worked out where because they weren't getting the content as quickly as we were like having it, then it kind of helped to like bridge that gap for us.
I see.
So even though I was born in the 90s and like and there was a lot of music going on at that time that I didn't really get aware of until like the 20 or until like late 90s, she was still like growing up with it because it was so delayed getting there. So
sure.
That part was actually, I think, helped us. So
that's really interesting.
Mutual level of intelligence. Yeah. Intelligence. That's communicative chemistry. That's I've never actually seen anyone say communicative chemistry.
Me neither.
That is really cool. I like that a lot. 100%. Oh, look at you. Look at you too. Also, well, anyways. Yes. Yeah, I mean, communication or anything, like relationships in general, right? It's always two people. It's always two people need to both be, and we've definitely talked about this, I feel like too, where it's like both people need to be present and want the same thing, which is hopefully that they want the relationship to continue.
Right.
So yeah, these are great. This is awesome. I love it. Thank you all for sharing. Like this is amazing, and I promise to get you a poll by the end of this.
I also want to say too that like wanting to someone like your partner to share the same faith as you is not the same as like coercion. It's not the same as like pressuring or wanting to change someone's identity, right? You have to be able to really like know the difference, I think, in these situations. It's one for it to be controlled or for someone to be silenced or feel afraid. And it's a different situation for like wanting to share the faith, wanting to have that be embraced as opposed to like forcing it. So I think that that's like super important to identify depending on like the situation that you might be in or someone that you might know to be in, being able to understand that difference. So cool. I'm sorry, I'm seeing changes on our end. Um, I think
Oh
also what
no, I'm like, what changes? It's like, oh
oh
yeah, I just added Streamlabs as a moderator. Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
um something I think the idea of opposites attract, I do think that having differences within a relationship can create a lot of richness as long as both partners are practicing curiosity and mutual respect. I feel like if you don't have that respect and that curiosity, it's going to lead to friction. Um, so yeah, cool cup. I see you're a trader today.
Oh no, I have that one too.
Oh, okay,
This
all
is my
right,
water, and then this is my coffee because
okay, fair
who
enough.
doesn't want to drink coffee at 8:31 p.m.
Uh,
Pacific Standard Time?
right?
Coffee is an always thing, and Rich would tell you coffee is amazing and people should drink it all the time. Um, and I think even
Double
Mo
fisted.
also. Yes, double fisted. Well, because you gotta stay hydrated, right? Because the coffee will dehydrate you, but I want the energy, and then I have the water to keep me hydrated. It's just like this, like beautiful cycle of just energy, 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 energy. As we talk about marriage, relationships.
Yeah, relationships, all the things.
Oh man, crazy. All right, what's next? I'm almost there.
I think open the boundary by opening the conversation and open mind and understanding each other. Absolutely. I think that that's like absolutely essential for there to be a conversation rather than maybe defensiveness or just like feeling dismissed or whatever it may be. I actually found a list of like common mistakes that it was for interfaith couples, but I think it could be applied to a bunch of different things. But there's actually 15 things listed on this list of like mistakes that people are making. But I think the major themes of this list, rather than listing 15 things right now, is the issue of making assumptions, the issue of avoiding, ignoring, dismissing, or neglecting, and lack of clarification. I think those issues and any sort of differing of views, perspectives, whatever it may be, if you're making assumptions, avoiding, dismissing, and not getting that clarification, you're gonna have issues. So yeah. Do you have any thoughts on that, Juhong, or should I not call to you until you're done with the poll situation?
um,
I got my answer.
um, sorry, say that one more time.
No, you're fine. I was just talking about common mistakes within interfaith couples that could be applied to just couples with differences. And the major themes within this list of 15 is like the issues of making assumptions, voiding, ignoring, dismissing, neglecting, and lack of clarification.
That's a lot of things.
It is.
I'm gonna focus on the lack of clarification.
Sure.
Um, I feel like that's one of the biggest problems when it comes
Mm-hmm.
to assuming things. Like, let's say, like for instance, with this JD Vance thing, um, if he would go into that relationship assuming that she would convert, that would be terrible. Like, no. Um, and then having that conversation and gaining that clarity, like that's where it's like, great, cool. Like, if he wants to, like, for her to convert, like if that's something like in his goals or whatever, then they would need to have that conversation to clarify things. what does she want,
Mhm.
but just going into it with that assumption, right? Yeah, like with anything, like if I go into the relationship assuming that my wife is going to just do all the work, and and I'm going to be able to just chill without having that conversation first, like that will definitely bad things will happen. So I don't know. I think I kind of said the same thing over and over again, but let's see. Mo says, "So I'm more spiritual than my husband, and because he respects me, he doesn't try to take my spirituality away from me or participate when I do my thing." Does that mean
I love
do you?
that.
Yeah, I was one thing I would ask, just to clarify that last part, clarification. See, right, pretty good.
Incredible.
So the participate, is that meaning like he will even support you by participating in your spirituality as well? Um, is that what I think? That's how I read it, but it's just the person respect the other.
Absolutely.
Oh, sorry, I read those two separately, but then when I read those both comments together, I was like, oh yes, yeah, respecting the other person to be able to believe what they want to believe while also respecting themselves enough to not feel like they have to bend what they believe to fit what the other person believes. But then in that, there's this like nice middle ground where like both things can coexist, um,
Absolutely.
which I think, yeah, I mean that's great. This is beautiful.
I love that. Is this a married couple in the chat we have here?
This is, yeah, they are.
Oh,
This is my sister.
cute.
My
Oh
sister
my
and
gosh, that's
her
awesome.
husband.
I love it.
So I'm like, good. And then I'm also like, and if Ian ever doesn't support you,
Yeah.
I know where you guys live. So, but anyways, no, he's cool. He's really good.
That's
They're
awesome.
both really
That's
great,
awesome.
and yeah, that's really good to see. Um, and
I also saw that we got another comment. Oh, now I lost it from YouTube. I they from what I remember what they said, it was like something along the lines of wanting like just the need for mutual respect, which I completely agree with. To
yeah,
convert is to change no matter if is spiritual or emotionally. Yeah.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
interesting too. Yeah, even on the emotional side of things, and I mean, we literally just talked about that yesterday, where I was talking about like
Mhm.
myself converting emotionally and having to like, having to change even just my own beliefs about emotions and things like that. Um, yeah, very very interesting actually. Not just thinking of it as like, well, there's when we talk about like the different things we believe and the different things um that are like non-negotiable things, like the big things, but then something like emotionally, like what do you believe, like that stuff I feel like definitely doesn't really get talked about as much because it's something we're just like, oh, whatever, like if it'll happen, like, but that is actually a really important part too. Like you need to know how
Yeah.
emotionally intelligent the other person is, what they want from you emotionally, what they need from you
Yes.
emotionally. That's a really cool thing there too. I did make a
Absolutely.
poll.
Oh my
I
gosh, how
did.
exciting.
And I think I know how the chat is going to react to this and how they're going to vote, but it'll be interesting to see.
Cool.
So the poll is, did it go?
I
Did it
don't
happen?
see it on Twitch. Oh, I
Oh,
see it
okay.
now. I see it now.
So the poll is, do people need to have the same beliefs to have a successful relationship? Yes, no, or depends. So feel free in the chat. You just do like a exclamation vote and then whichever one you want. So yes, no, or depends. And then we can see kind of how you. Oh, no. Um, yeah, perfect. Yeah, that's funny. I read no and I was like, and I was like, wait, what is that? What is the question again? Oh yeah, no, that's cool.
Okay, so just to so they have to do in the chat like explanation, vote, and
Vote
then
and
okay.
then the what they want to vote. Yeah, so no,
Okay,
yes,
cool.
and depends. Although I probably should have put
Sweet.
like vote one, two, or three. I'll do that next time.
That's okay.
Um, Only for people on Twitch though. I don't know actually if Rich would do it if it would actually work. That would be interesting.
It
Um,
would be interesting.
it's funny. I don't know if it's actually coming through or not. I don't see the
I
invite.
it's not showing up anything either on
A
here.
lot of no's though in the chat. Is that maybe that's what
Yeah.
we're supposed to do? We're just supposed to watch how they how they vote in the chat.
I think because it's showing percentages, so I don't know, but we can do that. Yeah, we're definitely getting no. Oh, I see same values. No, no. Okay.
Same values, yeah. And it's funny,
Mhm.
like, because in NLP, like, definitely talk a lot about the different layers of the mind and beliefs and values being different, and that your uh, beliefs will decide what your values are. But I feel like since they're right next to each other. I mean, you. I feel like if you have the same values, then you're most likely going to have the same beliefs and vice versa. For the most part. I think definitely
Mhm.
there are some things where the beliefs might be different, but the values are similar.
Yeah, I
Um,
agree.
let me try closing the poll and we'll see. Maybe then it'll be like, no, yeah, it
This is
didn't.
the
You know what? I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna figure this out off stream.
sounds good. Yeah, if you get a notification at a later point, we're on here trying to
Yeah,
figure this out.
I might have to
Okay.
consult my team over here with the professional streamers. Be like, hey, how come this didn't work? What the heck? What did I do? What didn't I
Right.
do? Beyond the
Okay.
foundational things like do you want marriage and or
Mhm.
kids, yeah, beliefs about that stuff, that actually, that's really good too. Because some things I feel like aren't necessarily non-negotiables for people, right? Like, oh, do you want to get married? Well, I don't really care. But for one person, it might be like, well, I definitely want to get married, or I would definitely don't want to get married. Or
Mhm.
like sitting with kids, like, well, I mean, we could do kids, that's fine, or I don't really care. Or then if both people are like complete opposite, like, well, I want kids, well, I don't want kids, then um, navigating that.
Yeah.
Uh, but yes, I think also very important. There's nothing wrong with having the same beliefs, but the belief structure has many layers that may not line up even under the same belief structure. There's nothing wrong with having the same beliefs. Okay. All right, now I get it. It took me a second. I was like, wait, okay, let me break that down real quick in my mind. So having So you could have the same beliefs. Well, I guess what I would say is like you might have the same beliefs, but then the layers of that beliefs would be like your values, and that
Uh-huh.
you could still have the same beliefs, but then underneath those you might have different values when it comes to those beliefs.
Absolutely.
Um, and once those
And
things
I
come
and I
together,
also
then it's
think
very
too,
nice.
like people's values, like you might both say like integrity, but then again, view integrity differently from your experience versus the other person's experience. And I actually, because I was doing a bunch of research on this, and so Utah State University kind of created this like framework that I thought was really helpful for exploring differences. And so the first thing that it tells you to do is to first explore your own relationship with whatever it is, whether it's a value, whether it's faith, like where do you truly stand? I do think at times people haven't actually truly asked themselves what how they really feel about something. Like slow down,
Mm-hmm.
maybe take away like emotional feelings about something and be like, is this non-negotiable? Or I see this as XYZ, however you feel about it.
Yeah,
Because it's really hard to go into a conversation about it if you haven't thought about it. um
true. Yes, agreed. 100%.
like yeah, I think that's the first step. And I actually was like really surprised when I read that. I was like, oh yeah, like you really do need to take that time to self-reflect before you go in maybe like guns blazing, ready to be like, this is where I stand on this, you know. And then the next thing would be to acknowledge differences, right? Where is there the commonalities? where are there places where maybe they complement each other? It might not be like an exact match, but they complement. And then where do those true differences lie?
Hmm.
Let me quickly look at the chat here before I keep going.
Yeah, I was like, there's a lot happening in the
Those
chat.
kinds of questions are answered.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with all these things.
Yeah, I think with Mo's thing, like, especially, I literally, I feel like just had this conversation with somebody about relationships that we're just like let them live for too, and we've definitely had this conversation. I feel like of just like letting relationships go way longer than they should
Mm,
because we're just like, oh well, I mean, I don't know, oh that's such a weird thing to ask, or like, oh, I don't know, is like that too serious? It's like assuming that you're getting into a relationship because you're expecting it to go all the way to spend the rest of your, like, you're not just getting into a relationship because you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take this model out for like a year and then I'll switch out the models and I'm gonna go to this one. Like, assuming that you want to get into relationships because you're expecting it to go the whole way, um then like, wouldn't you want to ask those questions and get those answers like as soon as possible of like, hey, look, like, if we're gonna, I mean, maybe not like as soon as possible of like, like people like on the first date they're like, oh, I love you, like, okay, well, I mean, that's kind of a lot to take in like on the first date. I mean, I told my wife when I first met her, like, I think 3 days after we were talking, I was like, this might be kind of early, but I feel like I have very strong feelings for you.
So
I
it
feel
sounds
like
like
it's
the
going.
threshold from Juhong's perspective is 3 days is okay. First day, no. Give it at least three.
I mean, hey, speak your truth. Speak your truth.
Speak your
Um,
absolutely.
but I definitely, I feel like that's true. It's the same thing with like people who have never lived together before. And these are just my personal beliefs. Like, to like not live with each other before you like get engaged, I feel like is really hard because like when you're living with someone else, you get to see all of the things and like
Mm-hmm.
really get to see them. Um, so I mean, again, like kind of going back to like these are the questions you need to ask. Like, I, it's yeah. You just, I mean, I'm sure, I don't know if you've seen, but like I've definitely seen people spend way too much time on a relationship, and
Yeah.
it's like where they're not even trying to make it better. They're just going through the
Mm.
motions, and it's like,
Sure. They're comfortable
I mean,
with
are they?
even if it
Like, I guess,
look,
yeah.
but you can be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Absolutely.
True.
You like you can be like this is horrible and I hate this person, but I know that I hate this person, so I'm just going to stick it out here cuz it's better than being alone.
Yeah.
Which is like so shitty,
That's
of
so
course.
terrible. It's so
And I
bad.
want to encourage if you're in that position to like explore that and be like, is this really what you want? Or are you just scared of
This
being
is a familiar feeling.
like, it's really the beauty of getting comfortable with being uncomfortable, right? And being able to lean into that. Yeah, it's like familiar pain is something that we can just learn to live with,
Yeah. Yep.
but then to what end?
Well, definitely not the end of the relationship because they still staying in it.
Right,
Sheesh.
exactly.
And then think about like all the time that you've wasted then, like spending all that time with that person, and it's not necessarily like, I want to make sure like I make this very clear. It's not that you can be in like a bad relationship and like be working on it. Like, that would be fine because then you're like still working on making it better. Like, that's great. But if you're just like, all right, whatever, you know what, this is just my life now, like, F it, like, whatever, I'm just gonna stay in it, then all those years that you're wasting just doing that are all years that you could have been like in the game, like finding that person. And it's just like, oh my gosh, like, stop.
But
Stop.
also, like, it is so uncomfortable dating and putting yourself out there and like exposing like yourself to rejection,
Yeah.
right? And so that can sometimes, like, that fear and those feelings of being rejected can outweigh, well, I'll just suck it up and deal with it,
Yeah, I
right?
mean, that's kind of exactly what like Rich was saying. Like, you know, people, there's this fear of your true feelings may not, like, being misunderstood, and I feel like that's why a lot of people don't like to speak up or express themselves,
Mhm.
right? Because they're worried
Yeah.
that, oh my gosh, like, one, am I gonna say it right? Am I gonna
Mm.
communicate this properly? Or, and then also, how is the other person going to receive it? And because of, like, that societal pressure, the social pressure of just, oh my god, if I say this thing and then it goes bad, like, it could go really bad, and now I've, like, lost, like, not just this one person, but maybe all of my friends or whoever is in the area, or, like, then people will gossip about me, and just, like, all those things, just because
Sure.
I tried to put myself out there and it just totally went wrong and terrible, and I'll never do it again now. But yeah.
I think that's where like you have to lean into self-compassion and compassion in general and making that like a foundational value of your relationship, especially if you know that there's differences. You can't like you that has to be accompanied with compassion and being able to recognize that like we're human and we're going to screw it up and we're not going to always articulate it right. So it's better for me to try and get better with compassion on board than to say nothing and be complacent and be in this place of suffering, discomfort, and like ultimately harming the relationship for both people.
Yeah, I mean, and not even just the relationship, but then, like, yourselves as you're going through it, because you're
Right.
both also dragging yourselves through it,
Right.
and taking on all that trauma, all that stuff that you're probably not getting resolved, because it's like, well, this is just what relationships are. This is just how it is, and I just have to accept it. Like, I shouldn't feel like um, or I shouldn't be complaining because at least I'm, like, in a relationship, or that person still shows up, like, physically, literally shows up every day. Um, yeah. Oh man. Um, Also, what Rich said here too, the difference between relationship versus partnership, and that he thinks that most
Mm,
stay too long in a relationship and not moving to a partnership.
mm.
Um, that one, man, triggered.
That's
I so it's funny, right? Because, like, and I say triggered, but, like, this was something I recently just I realized about my own relationship, was that um maybe, yeah, we were in, like, a semi partnership, but then when I made the decision to, like, leave Disney and do all that stuff, that in that moment I
mm,
showed how much of a partnership I wasn't in, because I
mhm,
just made the decision, even though it affected both of us, obviously. um and, like, so there were still parts of our marriage that were in that relationship state and not moved to that partnership state on my end, anyways.
mm.
And so that's also a very hot take. I like that. That's really good. And we should
I do
definitely do
too.
a stream about that one. Let me write that down. Relationships versus partnerships.
Partnerships, absolutely.
Can
Something
someone
that I
clip that?
was
Can someone clip that so we can have it forever? Someone clip it.
something else I was thinking about. Well, I was thinking about this while we were talking about it, and people were mentioning how like you need to get these foundational things out at the forefront. But I think that that's great and that's absolutely essential. But the only thing that I don't love about that, like I think, yes, do that. And you need to continue to ask questions throughout the relationship or partnership because people change and you go through different things. You have different experiences from the start of the relationship where your views and your perspectives could completely change. And so I think that having these foundational things are essential. But again, I think this is where compassion is so essential and checking in throughout the relationship and not being afraid to hold space for differences that might arise later on into the relationship that you can't necessarily predict or anticipate necessarily. So I think that these skills can be applicable at any point within a relationship. And this is coming from so I started dating my partner when I was 14, and it's literally been half of my life. I'm 28 now. I am a much different person than I was at 14. And we've grown up together. And when I was 14, I wasn't necessarily like, oh, are we going to get married? Are we going to have kids? I very much like had the framework, like, I'm 14. I'm just here to have fun and like have a great partner along the way, if that makes sense. And even when I was 22, I still was like, we values get along and we see eye to eye in so many ways. But like, I think that my feelings even towards kids throughout these times has changed rapidly. Like, I don't know. I just think that these things are somewhat moving targets. And I know that might make people feel unstable, but being able to lean into these places of change that happen as life changes. So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And I think, especially in a relationship, because as both people are growing and developing and changing individually, the whole relationship dynamic will change. And then, so being able to then, like you said, like lean into those moments of change is just so
Yeah.
crucial, because you're
So
always
crucial.
going to be kind of like in. Thank you for clipping the thing. Where did Kayla go? Kayla, where'd you go? Oh, here she
Hello?
is. Yeah, I
Okay. It's so weird because I have you on the phone. So I'm like, I didn't go anywhere.
and I'm like, you
But I
literally
did. But
left.
it's weird because you left actually the stream.
Okay, can we everybody in the chat, let me make another poll real quick. Who left? Who left?
No, I
Who
saw on
left?
Twitch. I left because I have Twitch up. But on Streamlabs, like the guest thing, you left. I don't know. Whatever.
mm, I don't know. I think this is what the kids call gaslighting.
Like, it's actually your fault.
Like, oh, I left you as the host, right?
Yeah.
Of course,
Of
that's what you're
course.
saying.
Of
That's what
course.
you're saying.
You're like,
Um,
but the evidence here proves otherwise.
Correct. Yes. And thank you, Mom, for clipping that. Clipping the
Yeah,
thing.
thank
Clip
you.
the thing.
Thank you, thank you.
um. All right, and I kind of want to go back to the marriage, kind of like navigating the different beliefs, and actually kind of more of like, because one thing I feel like we've lost as a society, as a human race, um, the ability to disagree
Mm.
and and still like respect one another, right? Like for those things. This comes up a lot for me, especially, and I mean, I'll also kind of a little bit on the topic of politics, JD Vance, all these things. I have friends on all sides. Like, I have friends who are Republican. I have friends who are Democrat. I have friends who are liberal. I have friends who are in like the Green Party, whatever. Like all these things, like all these different beliefs and everything. Because I want to make sure for myself I keep my awareness and my thoughts very diverse, to avoid getting stuck in my own like echo chamber. But I can still like disagree with things like on either end. Like, well, I don't really agree with that, but like that's an interesting idea. Like, I don't agree with that. That's an interesting idea. Oh, I do agree with that. Um, and so, how would you say people should navigate then? Like, if they're in a relationship and let's say like, because sometimes you're just learning new stuff about people, right? Like I still learn new things about my wife all the time, like what her favorite color is. And so, you know I'm always learning. And so let's say they're in a relationship, and then all of a sudden they find out, oh my gosh, like my significant other has actually like hated going to church with me, but in the beginning they told me like they were fine. Like, how would you coach someone through that process of like navigating that conversation?
Yeah.
Sorry,
I
also to put you on the spot.
No, it's totally fine. I think the first thing again, not to be like a broken record, it's compassion. Self-compassion for yourself, feeling like, man, that really sucks to hear because you might, I don't know, I'm going to assume with this story that you really enjoy going to church and it's really important to you. So that can be really a hard reality to hear of like, oh my gosh, my partner, this person who's so important to me, who's so crucial to me, like hates this thing that I really love and is really important to me. And then also having compassion for your partner too, right? They're human. Where is this hate coming from? What's going on with you? How come you're feeling that way? And sometimes you can find a solution just by being curious and asking and learning more about why it is that they hate it, right? Could be someone specifically, it could be the church that you're going to. It could, who knows what it is, right? And if we don't take that time to ask and understand, it's going to be really hard to get any sort of solution moving forward. The next thing that I would say that accompanies that is like also sharing stories from both sides. And again, doing so in a compassionate, here to listen and participate, not drill my point perspective. Again, from both sides. And the both sides part is like the most important part, right? And maybe that was really hard and vulnerable for your partner to share. And now they're freaked out and overwhelmed and whatever. So maybe there's time that's required too, instead of going straight into sharing and understanding and problem solving. There just needs to be a diffuse of like energy towards it and just like walking away. I think that's always beautiful to take time to slow down when hearing news like that. And then I think the next thing that needs to happen is making any sort of like repairs that might need to be made, whether that could be on your side, on their side, with another party, maybe. Just being able to pour in that love and care for whatever they're going through with the situation. And then I think from there, with this new understanding, this new level of care, repairs made, then you're able to go, okay, now where do we go from here? Now what's the solution? And being able to find a solution that works for both of you. And I think that that's super important. And again, it can feel really hard. And also as the person who's hearing that, it can feel like rejection too. And I think again, from hearing stories, getting to understand their perspective, you'll be able to know, oh, it's not that they don't love me. Actually, by sharing with me that they hate this thing is like their form of self-love and then love for this relationship because you don't want them to be going to church every weekend with you hating it, right? Like that's not creating a loving, healing relationship. So maybe it looks like going every other weekend or once a month, or maybe it looks like you finding a friend to go with instead, right? While they take some time to heal or whatever. I think being flexible is going to be super helpful. And then again, being able to state what it is that you need and what they need and finding that common place. So, yeah, I hope that's helpful.
Nice. Yeah, I like the step by step process.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So real quick in the chat,
Yeah.
So Rich said, like a plant needs space, food, time, and atmosphere to grow to its potential. So do people, relationships, and partnerships. 100%. It's never just like this one thing to be successful in it. There's
Yeah,
always like a recipe for success. And even the smallest of ingredients make a difference.
absolutely.
Um, and then Mo said, I made my husband a cheat sheet of all my likes and dislikes. I think that's always great. That's like really
Amazing.
clear. And I've actually seen something like this, not necessarily with likes and dislikes, but with a how to communicate with me like sheets for managers, where it's like,
Mhm.
look, if you want to like support me, like this is how it looks like. If you want to give me feedback, this is how I prefer to have my feedback. If you need me to like really step up in something, whatever the case is, like all the different scenarios. And so I think making those lists is really great. Asking questions, like Twilight Guy said as well. Asking, hey, do you want me to just listen? Kind of like I do that all the time with Andrea now because I find that I'm not necessarily that greatest at like understanding what she needs from me in this moment. And so having to like, okay, am I going to do I need to just listen? Like, hey, do you just want to vent? Like, just let me know. Okay,
Mhm.
great. And even at the end of it, I might be like, well, do you want some like advice or no? Okay, you don't want it. That's fine. Well, that's what it is. It's like tell I don't know tell TLWT guy. I just my he's the tall white guy. Okay, well, anyways, and he is a tall white guy. Thank you. Look at that stepping up. Tall white guy. So so yeah, like I think that's also good, and it kind of talks to your point of like listening. Like I like in the beginning when you're like, oh, just like, hey, why do you hate it? Like, what's going on? Like, let me check in real quick.
Yep.
um like I think that's awesome. And
Because
then
it's
yeah,
really easy for us to assume and jump to conclusions, or
yeah,
like I said earlier, of like, if he really loved me or she really loved me or they loved me, that they would be able to,
yeah,
show up for me in this way, because like that's just obvious, right? Well, no, it's
yeah,
not. They're a whole
a hundred
person
percent.
with a whole different life and learned much different things, and it's not always obvious. So I think the list is so relevant to be able to like spell it out and say, this is what I need.
Yeah. One thing. Yeah. Period. Mic drop.
Period.
Not these mics though. These mics are expensive.
No, yeah.
So one thing most says, I think compassion negatively impacts relationship humbly. It creates an air of pity for the other person. I think willingness to understand the other person is where empathy is created.
Mm,
Um, I think with for me personally, like I do like this statement. Um, I think with compassion, we would have to define it a little bit more of what exactly that looks
right.
like and what that means.
I
Also, kind of going
actually
back
have
to,
the definition.
okay,
um,
I can't read mine, so I have 2 years to listen. I love that. Well, if you want to read, I mean, I'm always a fan of like, and this like always like, well, we all have our own definitions, right? And you mentioned that earlier
oh,
too. Like, we all
totally.
have our own things. Do you have the
Yeah.
Oxford definition of compassion?
I don't, but I do have the definition that was created by someone who's done research on compassion for 20 years,
Okay, please share.
and like their version of it. So it's Dr. Kristen Neff. She, like I said, has done 20 years of research on it. So she says that compassion has three components, and it's mindfulness, common humanity, and kindness. And so I think
Yeah,
it's
agreed.
just like a recognition of like that we suffer and that we're human, and let me tune into that, hence the mindfulness, and let me be kind surrounding that. um but I can totally see where self-pity or creating pity, that's not what we're looking to do. We're looking to acknowledge, like, hey, you're a human, we screw up sometimes, we're not perfect, you have your imperfect way of moving through the world and I have mine. Let me shine some care. And I think empathy is a great accompanies that beautifully. So
Yeah.
And I think that it's great that you brought that up too, because I don't like many people, I think it's so, it kind of falls into this idea of like, self love is selfish and like self compassion is pity and like all these things. Well, that's not necessarily the case, right? We have been like, I feel like conditioned to believe these things, like, and that's okay. That's why we're here to learn.
Yeah. I mean, I think kind of like a little bit when I think of like the negative impacts, I think of like when we talked about emotional intelligence and how being emotionally intelligent doesn't mean you just let everybody do whatever they want and you're just like, oh well, they're
Right.
just going through this, or oh that's just whatever, and that's why this is happening, and oh it's not your fault or whatever. Like, yeah, then I think that's when like that stuff it turns into a negative thing or an
Yeah,
unintentional thing.
absolutely.
um but I think those three things you mentioned, the mindfulness, what was it, mindfulness, it was
Common humanity and
common humanity,
kindness.
and then kindness. Like, I think
Yeah.
exactly how Mo described empathy. Like,
Yeah.
like that is exactly what it should look like. I think even with
Absolutely.
compassion, it's like, hey, yeah, like, hey, life sucks and sometimes it gets really fucking crazy, and I'm here for you, and to help you move on from this, and
Mm-hmm.
everybody everyone has a role to play in their own misery and stuff like that, right? And
Yes.
so still holding people accountable to the things, but a time and place, not necessarily in that moment. You have to be like, well, you did this to yourself. Like,
Right.
always a time and place, and knowing when that is. Let's see. Relationship house. I've never heard of this. Oh, I think
Me
I might
neither.
have. Maybe. Um, but that sounds good. Empathy, we can better see the other person as who they are outside of the relationship slash marriage. Yes, agreed, 100%. You actually get to see the person as that person, not just like as my spouse or as my significant other or as whatever. Um, okay, then we got into all the negative things about how I mispronounced the name. Yeah, we can skip that. And then Rich said this. I kind of mentioned it earlier, but I was like, yeah, I
Mm.
can't read minds, but I have two ears to listen with, and I think that was something that was really significant in my own relationship as well, where it was like, yeah, look, I'm not again this like age old just, oh, I can read minds. I'm not a mind reader, so you need to tell me like what's going
Yeah.
on. Um, because I think for me the way that conversation ended up being, it was like, look, I can't read your mind, but like if you would just ask me to just do something, I would do it. Like, my intention is not to make your life harder. Like, I'm not intentionally like forgetting what you're saying or intentionally not listening. There's just sometimes a lot of stuff going on, and what I think you asking me to help around the house might be very different from what you're actually asking for specifically.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
if we can just already take care of it in the moment of just, hey, can you help me do this, this, and this, and this? Cool, great, I got it, and I will do it happily. Uh, but I think, again,
This
there
is
with
so
like the
funny
what
because
happened.
we were talking, I feel like we were talking about this yesterday, right? Because then I asked you, because
Oh, the mental
in
loading.
a
I think.
relationship, like I am a woman and I feel like I've definitely like, and especially being so young in my relationship, I definitely went through the phase of like, if he cared about me, he would just know to do XYZ, right? And then I learned, I was like, okay, I need to ask, and whatnot. But then when it comes to asking, it's very vulnerable, number one. And is it always going to be well received? And I had asked you that yesterday. Was it always, oh, yeah, of course. Of course, wifey. Yeah, I'll get it. Is it always that way? And I think that that's where, like, having a conversation about these things rather than just like asking, because I think the asking part, I don't know. I think you should know a little bit more of like why the person wants this or like what their preference is. Like, I think that you need to hear more. And I think this is where like sharing your stories can be so helpful to understand the deeper. reasons of why it's super important that you do XYZ as opposed to the way that you do it to them, things like that. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I think kind of going off of that, I mean, like things like, oh, can you do the dishes? Can you whatever? Like, I think some of those things may not need a deeper why behind it because it's like, well, to make sure that the sink is clean or whatever. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to have dirty things around or because I'm doing this and whatever. Um, but I do think a lot of conversations that start with like, hey, can you do the dishes right now while I do this thing? And it's like, okay, yeah, well, I'll get to it. Well, no, like, can you do it now? Like, okay, like, what? Fine. Like, why are you being such a
Mm-hmm.
whatever about it? But then if they would go just a little bit deeper, then really the thing is, oh, well, it's like well, because every time I ask you to do it and you say you're going to do it, you wait until like the next day to do it, or you wait until it's too late and then you end up not doing it, and then for the other person to then be open to receiving that and going, hold on, let me check myself real quick, is that true? Damn, yes, that is true, that does happen. Okay, cool, well, that makes sense. All right, you know what, yeah, I'll do it right now. But then like the urgency of like, well, why does it need done now? And
Yeah.
if it is like, well, look, it's because personally for me, I don't like it when the dishes are sitting there for a long time because then the flies get around or it just smells disgusting, or it can be something as simply as, look, I just prefer to have the sink like with like no dirty dishes in it or whatever, or like whatever the case is, but then have that conversation and then that why the understanding then of like, oh, crazy, I didn't realize it was like such a big deal to you, I just thought you were just always giving me crap about not doing dishes. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, well, no, it's because like literally it just gives me anxiety because when I see the dishes in there, I'm just like, but like I might be doing something else, and I just need your help. Like, oh, yeah, okay, cool, then I can just do that. Like, whatever, no big deal. Hopefully, that's the goal.
I was going to say,
Again,
don't
these are
know if that's
all,
how it always plays out. I think also like another way, like as the person who's like initiating this conversation of like asking for the dishes to be done, I think it like another way that you could do that is again coming back to this like curiosity, like, hey, is there like this is my preference. What is your preference and why? Or like, is there anything getting in the way of you doing the dishes? Is it, that could be just like, oh, well, my family just always did it the morning after. Right. And like, that's their way of doing things. Right. Like, it could be like literally as simple as that of like understanding the story behind why. Right. Or it's like, well, I really hate touching gross food in the sink. Right. Like, there's so many reasons why people do and move in the way, or like, the only time that I can like game with my friends online is like right after dinner, and like I just never get to see them, and this is the only time, and so that's why I do it after, right? But unless we open up and create space to be able to understand the why, instead of just like, oh, they just want to be dirty, right? Or they want to whatever, they're
yeah,
lazy, right? Like there's sometimes so much more to it. Or like, oh, I genuinely forget. Hey, it would be helpful to get a reminder, or maybe we can put a sticky note somewhere or whatever, right? But I think just being able to get to that deeper understanding with each other is just going to allow for more clarity, ease, and again, like being able to communicate properly and really finding that solution at the end.
yeah, and for Mo, so essentially, what we're kind of talking about right now is just how to clearly communicate like the reasons behind why we're asking for certain things. We just happen to be talking about dishes because I brought up dishes because that was a thing.
It's a common
But
thing. It's a
it
common, I
is,
think,
yeah,
conflict chores, right? When it
yes,
comes to
chores, yeah,
like, it might not like, I think the difference in people sometimes not is always like black and white, is like or not black and white, but as intense as like religion or kids or whatever. It could be like, how often do you mop your floor? You know?
Well,
And
that
it
sounds a
doesn't,
little bit like an attack right now.
no,
I don't know if you're
an
actually asking
attack?
me, but
No, 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 no.
I'm just
As
kidding.
like, no, not at all. But I think that those are like important questions that again, like aren't always asked, and then like priorities can change. Anyways, so
Yeah,
go
and
ahead.
I let's go through the chat real quick. So Rich said, well, so Mo gave her definition of
Mm-hmm.
um compassion, and I think we can all agree, like, yeah, we should definitely not be doing those things when it comes to compassion. Um, we definitely don't want to pity anybody, but I think meeting them where they are and then going like, well, here I'm here to like just help you, like be here for you, offering support can be good, but not necessarily enabling them to just always
Right.
then stay in that. Um, Rich said empathetic emotion with a sympathetic touch to a beautiful understanding is his version of compassion. Yeah,
I
I
love
agree.
that.
Like that, I think,
Beautiful.
and I think we could all agree on that one too. Like that's a great definition or version of compassion. Like that's what you should be like kind of going for, or you could be going for. Then Mo mentioned that she stepped out. How dare she? Not be here for the stream. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you all for being here. Also, if you are here and you haven't really chatted in a little bit, just type one in the chat so we know that you're alive and you're out there.
Yeah.
Also, this has like been a really fun, engaging conversation. This has been really great. Let's see. And then tall white guy said that he had to find a compromise when it came to chores because he's a slob. Honestly, I'm the same way. Andrea is asleep, but she's also kind of the same way a little bit. We are not necessarily the cleanest people,
Mm-hmm.
but it was something that took eater one is super alive. Yes, and so even like with that, one thing we had to do, like I was like, okay, we had the conversation of how many dishes is too many dishes in the sink? Like, let's agree on that first. And so we came up with like a number.
Clarity.
Did you say 30?
No, I said clarity.
Oh,
Like
okay. I
getting the
thought like
clarity.
you said 30. I'm like
30.
30 dishes? Like maybe if there's like 20 forks and knives or something in there and then like a few plates, like
Oh
okay,
my
then maybe
god.
I could accept 30, but oh
That
my
is
gosh. Wow, Kayla
crazy.
just like
Should
totally let
we
us
make a
know. Oh no, wait. Oh wait, you disconnect. Hold on. Are you like clicking on something that's like taking you out of here?
so quick to blame?
Oh, I mean,
Dang.
I'm sorry. I meant sorry. Sorry.
Dang.
Let me rephrase that.
I
Hey,
don't
so
even
why
know
are
if
you
the
disconnecting yourself? What's
yeah.
going
Why
on?
am I disconnecting myself?
Yeah, what's going
It's
on with that?
intentional. I just want to like peace out for a quick minute.
um, but yeah, I think getting clarity on those things, and I kind of want to also like now also reference like way back, like one of our first streams when, um, I mentioned this thing about like starting small, right? Like
Yes.
that these conversations, if you can't even have a conversation about, hey, what does clean look like for us, or what does uh like how many dishes are too many dishes in the sink, then you're not even ready to have those like, hey, how many times are you okay going to church without me? Or, hey, what do we want our kids to grow up? Because I think JD Vance mentioned, like, well, their kids do go to, like, Catholic schools or they go to church. And so, like, if you can't even have a conversation about dishes, like, good luck trying
Yeah.
to have a conversation about religion and politics in your household and, like, what is that going to look like for everybody? Um, so, start small, one dish at a time. Let's
Absolutely.
see.
And I
So
think
that,
also like
yeah,
setting that like area of, again, we don't want to create an opportunity for them to not be held accountable if this is something brand new for your partner, right? Uh, but like recognizing that this might be brand new for them and like giving them grace where grace is needed to then encourage them to want to continue. Because if you just immediately shit on them for not
Like disconnecting
upholding what
themselves
they
from the
said.
stream.
Exactly, like 2 times, crazy. Um, and if you don't hold grace for that, they're not going to want to continue to show up. So I think being able to have that balance of grace and accountability and leading that, and again, setting that up from the get-go, right? Hey, I recognize that this is new for you. If I notice that you aren't doing it or whatever, like, how do we navigate that? Do you want reminders? Is that annoying? Do you want, like, I don't want to be passive aggressive, but like, how do you want those moments of accountability to look like? I think are super important too.
Yeah, I agree, 100%. Because at
Yeah.
the end of the day, like you still need to grow and move on,
Yeah.
but
And you're growing
together.
together, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And like it can be really frustrating when you are not, like, things are easy for you and you can't maybe comprehend why things aren't easy for them, or can't just, you know, um but holding that space is going to allow you both to ultimately thrive, because you're not going to be over there losing your mind over, XYZ. You're like, okay, they're
Yeah.
learning. This is how I'm going to hold space for them. So yeah.
100%. I love
Yeah,
it.
cool.
Um, let's see. Tall white guy said, "Oh, I heard a great method for that. I don't know what he's referencing now, but I think he's talking about the house, the relationship house thing.
Mm,
Maybe so this is what happened. So no blame. Again, a very objective. I love that. It's
yeah.
actually a part of my my switch model for relationship coaching. See the story. What are the stories we're telling ourselves? But yeah, I like that. So this is what happened. No blame. This is how what happened made me feel. Yes, and then I'm asking you to change blank behavior for that reason. I I like the third one. My version of it is, instead of saying I'm asking you to change this behavior for that reason, because then it puts it on the other person, it would be more of, this is the help I need from you to move forward, or to resolve this, or to feel supported, or whatever the case is. Um, because I feel like we should always make it still ourselves, because I don't want to like impose necessarily that, like, okay, like you need to start doing this and change your life because this is how I feel, because then I can get a little bit too
Mm-hmm.
intense. But like if I say, like, hey Kayla, can you help me by, maybe like the next time when this happens, could we stop and pause and like have a conversation, or can you, or maybe it is like a, hey, just let me know when you're not in the mood to have this conversation, and then but then we need to set up a time to have that conversation, or whatever the case is. um so that would be the only thing I would change in the third part. um just so
Yeah.
that way it doesn't make it like, well, the other person always has to change for you to meet your needs, and submit. Ugh, anyways, I'm still thinking about that post that we saw yesterday on Facebook about.
Blech.
Anyways,
Yeah.
ugh. Anyway, so, yeah.
Can
So I
I
think, yeah.
add
Yes,
to
please.
that
Yes,
too? I
yes, yes,
think
yes.
also holding space to say, because like you're mentioning, like you don't want to impose something, right? So, like, asking if this is something achievable, because I think there's also like this trap that people can fall into too, and that people sometimes are setting, not necessarily intentionally, but like, I need you to show up in this way. Can you do that? Yes or no? And it makes
Oof.
no space
Oof.
for anything else.
Yeah.
It's very black and white. Well, in this situation, gray area is required. So let's define this gray area and what this means. Um, is this something, giving space for, like, is this something that you think that you could do? Not a yes or no, not ultimatum y vibes. Again, depending on the situation. But if you're looking to grow in your relationship with this person, asking if this is actually achievable for them is so, so important. You don't want to set them up for something that they know that they're not going to achieve, but they feel like they have no other choice than to say yes. So finding that place that works for them and works for you.
Yeah. because I think because I do think like that number three, like the I'm asked to change this behavior for that reason, um, can still work as long as both people have like as long as there's like a dialogue, and I would hope and kind of assume that there's some sort of dialogue there of like, well, let's talk
Sure.
about it more. Um, but anyways, yes, I agree.
Totally.
I
Yeah,
agree.
I think we're just taking what's there and like expanding it,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
Mo said, "Oh, I've been conditioned into keeping a clean house since childhood, so I tend to fit the societal role of the female." I'm curious what your thoughts are on that. So I'll I'll ex- I'll express my thoughts and then you share yours because obviously I'm not a female, um, but understanding like there's this like gender role right, of that, and I always felt like just because you happen to be a woman, or let's I can talk for my own things. So like just because I happen to be a male and I do gravitate towards like leadership, um I wouldn't say that like, oh well, because I'm a man, I am the leader of my household. Like, no, I would just say I'm just a person who does gravitate towards leadership roles, and that like I feel that need, I guess, or I enjoy filling that need. Um because I feel like sometimes kind of like now where it's almost like not as it's like, oh well, now you're like a part of the statistic. Like, oh well, you're a woman and you like to keep a clean house. Like, oh well, you're just fitting the gender role and you're terrible for doing that. It's like, well, no, like there are men and women and non-binary people who just like to be clean, and like it shouldn't matter necessarily. I feel like eventually this is where we're going, where like it doesn't matter the fact that you're male or female or non-binary. Like it doesn't. You can just be a clean person, and that's fine, and you don't have to bring it up. That's how I feel, because I guess for me it's like Mo it looked like Mo felt like they had to defend themselves of like, but I like it and it's comfortable. It's like, but you shouldn't even have to do that. You shouldn't have to defend the fact that you happen to be female and happen to like cleaning your home. Like
Hmm.
it, it, I guess that's more of what I'm kind of getting at is like, um getting people away from having to feel like they need to defend themselves because they're fitting into this gender role, but it is just a part of their personality. Like they just do enjoy doing that, and not
Hmm.
getting like flack for, oh my gosh, like why do you clean your house? Make your man do it. Like no, I do enjoy doing this, and then he will help support me in other things, or whatever. Or if I need help with it because like maybe it is too much for me, then he can jump in and help. Like that's not a problem. What are your thoughts, I guess, on that?
I I totally see where you're coming from, and I think that the like yes, I agree with you. Like you can have preferences no matter if it goes along with societal rules or not, you know? And I don't think it needs to be your reason why, but I think that we were talking about this yesterday about the mental load, right? Of society's expectation is as a woman, you clean the house, you maintain all these things, blah, 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 blah. Well, luckily for Mo, they already have that kind of ingrained in them from childhood, right? But then that can lead their partner to be off the hook and the expectation to just simply be on them. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So
And it
like
can be
essentially,
like
it's as long
ingrained
as
this
it's like,
expectation. And
yeah,
then it can get as deep as like you go to talk to your parent about it, for example, and you've been raised this way, and your parents might have an expectation because that's how it was for them or whatever. And they're like, well, that's what you're supposed to do because you're the woman.
yeah,
Right? It can be like little small like things or comments or whatever, but it's like this like expectation that is also part of why you like deeply feel the need. And then it can cause other issues with your partner not wanting or not necessarily not wanting, but not having to even think about that because they weren't conditioned or weren't put in that position um, to care about those things necessarily.
Yeah.
Does that make
Or
sense?
like, because they might not necessarily worry about it because they know it's being taken care of, but then not appreciating the fact that your significant other doesn't have to do those things. They're
Mm-hmm.
just choosing, hey, don't worry, I will take care of this part of the house while you take care of this other part. Or like there
Right.
needs
I
to be an
think.
understanding that it's not an expectation
Mm-hmm.
um, from the get go, and that there needs to be clarity on just like, okay, cool. If this is how we're gonna split the chores, then that's how we split the chores. Cool, great. Is that kind of accurate to what you're saying?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I would agree. Yeah, I mean, I think to like come to a solution with that is like again talking it out, again having the understanding like maybe my partner doesn't isn't even aware of this because it's never been something that's put on their plate or had that expectation set up for them like society wise, right? Or like they haven't had an example of, just in this situation, like a man who like takes care of the household. Like they might have never seen that before,
Yeah.
right? And so like there's so many factors that I think can go into why someone thinks and perceives and has been conditioned in a certain way and how that can affect the relationship. So again, having those conversations, recognizing, like hearing their stories, what they've seen, what they've experienced, your experiences, and then ultimately like this is like the beauty of being able to have this is like you get to make it however you want. It's your life. Maybe you do want it to be where you follow gender roles. Cool. It's your life, it's your relationship. If that's what works for you guys and that's what brings you guys love, care, and joy and harmony and balance, freaking cool. It also might look a completely different way. That's also freaking cool. As long as it's coming from a place of balance, care, I think that's what matters most.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
Um,
yeah.
Rich said, I think this was a little while ago, but
Yeah.
I used to have a rule, and that's essentially like if one person does the cooking, then the other person does the dishes. That rule actually, I feel like can be very unfair at times because I feel like the other person can cook and just make a ton of dishes, unnecessary sometimes. Like, why are
This
you using
sounds
all of these
deeply
different
rooted.
pans? Like, you
This
don't need
sounds
to.
deeply rooted.
Anyway, so I just Mo knows. We've done dishes and we have done something similar to that where it's like, oh yeah, well, if this person is cooking then whatever. Um but I feel like it can be very unfair sometimes. Unless the food is amazing. If the food is worth the dishes, then please by all means. But anyways,
Hmm.
either way though, those things are good to like have, right? Like some sort of like we talked about before, like well, how many dishes are too many? Maybe like the different days. Oh well, you do Mondays and Wednesdays. I'll do Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then we'll switch off weekends. That's something actually Mo and I used to do as kids. Um, Also not very fair sometimes because, anyways, anyways. We'll talk about childhood traumas and things like that at a future stream. Let's see. It is so instant. That was Toga Eater. When I gave you, when I talked smack to you about disconnecting yourself, the gaslight was real. Um, Although we do need to figure out what's going on with that at some point.
Yeah.
Let's see. Sometimes, tall white guy said great method communicating. That was for the three steps that he mentioned earlier. Rich said sometimes compromise can be a burden when taken out of context. 100%. And then he said also, I think this was recent. I think in just a simple analogy, if I am a man of war, I would need a woman of recovery, not gender separation, but partner integration. And yeah, I think that's that partner integration, where it's look, I have some things that I need to balance out because I am this
Yeah.
way, and then now I find someone who is that opposite that can help balance me out because
Yeah,
I'm like up here and
absolutely.
I need someone who's like down here to like balance out the scale. Um, Although Andrea and I are both very stubborn sometime. Well, she's more stubborn than I am because she's a Taurus. But it's so funny talking about her, and she's just laying there sleeping, and I'm just like, I'm waiting for her to just like pop up and just be like, "What'd you say? How dare you?" But she's like knocked out, like super
A
super
jet
knocked out.
lag.
Um,
Oh,
and but like we were both very fiery still, but I think there are other ways where we do balance each other out. I would say she was definitely more emotionally intelligent in the beginning of our relationship. Um, and so like, but then I think, I mean, we've talked about this too, or we talked about this yesterday, where I feel like we all have these energies, and then we need to be balanced ourselves, and then the whole relationship will also then kind of balance itself out.
yeah.
And not necessarily that you have to be balanced before you get into a relationship, but the goal would be that you also then don't depend on the other person to be that person for you all the time.
Right.
Um,
Because it creates the imbalance.
yeah,
It
like that
needs to,
codependency. Like, oh my gosh, I
yeah.
can't calm myself down because my wife is not here or my significant other's not here. Like, no, you still need to learn how to do that yourself. But then it's just great when your significant other's there for the times when like things
To
are really
support.
hard and you
Yeah.
really need it. Um, you know, like yeah, you cannot. They cannot be at the mercy of your emotions because oh well, now I need to be here for this specifically because they can't handle it without me. It's like no, you need to learn how to regulate yourself as well. Um, so, but anyways,
Absolutely.
all great things. Thank you all.
Absolutely.
Y'all are amazing.
Yeah, these have been, I really appreciate what everyone's saying and adding to this conversation. It's been really beautiful. So
Yeah.
thank you, you
Also,
guys.
if y'all have been enjoying this conversation, I mean, it seems like you all have, and it's great to actually have also a chat that also is pretty well versed in these things.
Right.
If you are enjoying yourself, feel free to put a yas in the chat.
Yes.
Yas, yas. If you're
Yes.
enjoying the conversation, I mean, we could do ones too. Yeah, we could do ones too. I'm down for ones. I'm down for ones.
One.
Yas.
Yes, queen. Yes.
Only if you're enjoying it. If you're not enjoying it, then just stay silent, and then I'll come find you. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. I don't have that kind of capacity right now to do something like that, so I'm not about to go all taken on people. Let's see. Ridge said it's about balance in and for life. Karma is the executioner
Yeah.
of the unbalanced taking without giving. Yeah, that's great.
Period.
I love it.
I love it too.
Yeah. Interesting. I've never heard of karma being referenced to as an executioner of the unbalance. But I guess that is kind of what karma does
Yeah, it creates the balance.
by executing the unbalance.
The way you're saying that sounds like really
like well,
crazy.
I do a a horror
The
podcast.
execution. Oh yeah.
I do a horror podcast.
I'm like,
so. Oh my gosh, I should. That would be interesting. A horror story about karma.
oh,
Ooh, that would be.
they're actually. Well, I don't know. Never mind.
Are you thinking like there already is one that exists?
Well, I was thinking I watched this one called this. It was like a movie called Tarot, and it was kind of like playing into like karma. I felt like, but it wasn't like spelt out karma, but
Well, I would do it better.
the cards fed into the karma for them, and that kind of stuff. It was very interesting. Creepy.
I mean, I think like most horror movies are kind of like karma because
yeah,
it's like,
totally.
why would you be mean to this person and then now you get to die? See, like that's just what happens.
This is what happens.
You f around and
not
out.
always, but yeah, sometimes they're ruthless. But yeah, often there's a. If you open Pandora's box,
you might get some really nice jewelry. So yeah, Rich is saying that I need to stop by the shop more often. We don't even live there anymore. It's so far. But I also might need to bring my bike by. So, anyways, there's that too. Um, let's see. Is there anything else we need to talk? We're at like an hour and 45.
Okay.
I know we spent a bit of time in the
Actually,
beginning talking about helping us set up the stream. I don't know, do y'all like the layout? You know what, also I realize we don't have any music playing. But I'm actually not sad about it. Like, I actually feel like the conversation has been very engaging, and like, but
mhm.
I may also look into like putting in some music too. Figuring that out. Um, but
Yeah,
yeah, let us know
I
if
know
y'all like
this
this layout. I
might sound surprising. I low key like miss the soundboard
Yeah.
just a little bit.
There
Just a little
has to
bit.
be. I'm pretty sure there are. One thing I'm realizing is I need to do a really. This is going to take time to like really deep dive into this whole thing, because I want to say there probably is. There's probably something.
Yeah, it seemed when I was watching the tutorial that you sent me, it seems like there was, but I think because you have it on your desktop, that anything that I do on my desktop is not going to save to your desktop, which kind of sucks too. But I don't know. We'll figure that out. We can figure that out on a call.
True. 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 True.
So, I also wanted to share with you guys that next week we are having our R&R book club, and we're going to be talking about the perfection trap, embracing the power of good enough. And I'm super excited to jump into that conversation regarding this book. So if you haven't already, go check out that book. We're going to be providing some cliff notes about it. So you don't necessarily need to read it, but if you do, you're more than welcome to join the conversation. So,
Yeah, and if you do read it, then you'll be able to actually really participate in the conversation, because there's a lot of really good stuff in there, and
yeah.
it's it's so good, and really I feel like it really doesn't like let you off the hook, but it it's a book of grace, and
Mm-hmm.
realizing that, some of this like rat race and this hustle culture, that we are like so ingrained in and so fed, um actually does us more harm than good, as far as like being more effective as humans and more productive. And then, while the goal is not necessarily to be like the most productive ever, but it's just realizing like you really do get less, or you get more with less. Um, and you don't need to like sacrifice your body to the machine. um,
Yep.
Thank you, Rich. Rich said that this is his first time visiting, and that it is well enough for him to come by and visit more often,
Aw,
and
that's
that Isabel's
awesome.
doing a great job.
Thanks.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And, tell your
Um,
friends.
yeah, we're grateful to have you. You've been such a great part of this conversation. So thanks for everything that you've been doing and engaging. It's been an extra treat.
Yeah, and also I would say too, Rich, if you're able to get on Twitch, because I don't think you can see what everybody else is saying too. I think that would be really cool too for you to be. I mean, we're obviously like saying it as well, and then you can see it in the stream, like the chat going. But that might just also make it a little more fun for you. But hey, if you do you, wherever you want to listen and
Yeah.
watch, all the things, live your life 1 mile at a time.
1 mile.
Um, anyways, I feel like we should definitely come back to this conversation in the future too, because I feel like we definitely not necessarily got off track, but I think there are some things in this topic that we weren't able to go over. Also, again, with a lot of it being like me figuring out a little bit of the stream and stuff. Um,
Right.
I can't tell if Andrea's like waking up. It's like it's like the slumbering dragon in a cave, and you just don't know, like, oh, you take one step and then like the rocks move and you're like, oh my gosh, is the dragon gonna wake up? And then
Oh
like,
my-
okay, let me like keep
I
moving,
hope
keep moving.
that this is like the whole like she's a lady dragon situation um from like Shrek, if you
I
know what I'm
actually,
saying.
it's funny because I definitely in my. Anyways, this is probably terrible to say on stream, but I'm gonna say it anyways. Like, it's funny because when I imagine her as a dragon, it's not like a. It's not like that kind of dragon. It's more of like a really like dark, like with like the dark black and red and like really shadowy, like scary
Mm,
kind of dragon is kind of what comes to mind actually when I think about my wife as a dragon. So, and she's
that's
cutting logs over there. Meaning that she's snoring. That's what I mean.
right,
Just in case.
right.
Yeah, just in
That's
case
good
for
to
everyone in the chat,
clarify.
that's what
That's
I
good to
mean.
clarify.
So she's snoring. She's
She's gonna, she's gonna rewatch us and be like, "What is going on while I'm
You know
sleeping?"
what? That's actually how I know. That's how I'll know if she watched it actually. Um,
You'll be like,
if she doesn't, like in the next week or so, come back and be like, "How dare you?" Then I know she didn't actually watch it, and I'll be like, "Wow, I guess you didn't actually watch my stream, huh? That's
you're
crazy.
like, "Wow."
That's crazy." You know, Toga Eater was there. Not saying it's competition,
Dang, this
but
feels a little bit
Toga Eater is how many streams have we done? This is the fifth or sixth,
something like that.
and Toga Eater's been there for every single one. Even the test
Yeah.
stream that we did, also been there for that. But so shout out, thank you.
Big love.
Let's see. Rich also said, "Ha ha ha! You know I can build a bike with my eyes closed, but computer streams and apps dumb as a box of rocks." Hey, rocks are pretty smart. They just roll with it.
Cue the dad jokes.
Oh man. Somebody
It
clip that
looks
one.
like Toga Eater said that cutting logs was a new one for them. So
Yes. So you're welcome.
I
Yes,
actually
cutting.
have to agree, but I kind of knew that you meant like deeply sleeping.
Deeply
Um,
sleeping? People can deeply sleep and be quiet. No, she's not deep. She's deeply sleeping cutting logs.
God.
Yeah.
Don't air her out like that. Don't air her out like that.
It's fine. It's okay. She knows. I know.
Okay.
The world knows. People snore. I snore all the
Okay.
time too.
Oh, sure,
I
sure,
snore so
sure.
much and so loudly. It shakes the house. So it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
It's
right.
okay. If I push myself, if I jump in front of the bus with her, then it's okay.
Then it's
Yeah, then it's okay. But anyways, yeah, so join us next week. We're going to talk about yeah, it's just a
Oh
family thing.
no.
It's a
Oh
family thing.
no.
We all out here
We need some
lumberjacks.
ladies on here to come and like make sure
We
we're
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 all
okay with
lumberjacks.
these outings.
We're
We're all
all
lumberjacks.
we're all just lumberjacks out here.
Oh
But
man.
anyway, so yeah, next week join us. Oh wait, next week.
Oh yeah. Time
Yeah, we're actually
change, date change.
changing it.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah. We are going to be moving to Sundays. So next Sunday, we will be streaming from 1 to 3 p.m. We're changing it up to just because schedules have changed. That is November 9th, that Sunday. Again, from 1 to 3, we'll be on there. We're going to just try it out, see how it works. So.
Yeah.
And if you guys want to share with us too, like preferred times, days that work better for you, we'd love to hear from you. Let us know. We want you guys a part of these conversations.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's I think that's it from us.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was
Oh,
great.
by the way, Juhong and I are both life coaches. So if you want to work with us, come work with us. We'd love to know more about you. We'd love to hear more about your situation or wherever you're at. We're here to support you. It's what we love to do. So I'm going to share those links with you guys in the chat as well to go check them out. Check out our websites. Let us know what you think. Get on our calendars.
Yeah.
Cool.
But yeah. All right. Well,
We'll see you guys on Sunday, 1 to 3.
see you on Sunday. Really, the reason why we changed it up is because we wanted to like get back to y'all sooner. That's really what it was.
Yeah, really.
Definitely not, that I got a new job or anything like that. It was, nothing like that. It was just, it's because we wanted to get to y'all quicker.
Obviously.
Yeah. So then the week after that, we'll probably do Saturday, and then the week after that, we'll do Friday and whatever, and we'll just like keep backtracking it. So.
For sure.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, confuse them.
Yeah, super confused. All right. Well, thank you all for participating. It was great. This is an awesome conversation. And we will see you all next time on Dragon Ball Z. No, I'm just kidding. Okay.